If you are having trouble getting into the Christmas spirit this year, then please watch this video. I'd first like to discuss our favorite character, Ebenezer Scrooge from The Christmas Carol. Of course, you know he gets visited by three ghosts at Christmas time. The ghost of Christmas past, the ghost of Christmas present, and the ghost of the future. I love this story so much because it is so relatable to every single person. As you go through this season leading up to the holidays, it's really good to take into consideration some of the things that were pointed out in the Christmas Carol. So as this character, Ebenezer Scrooge, gets visited by the ghost of Christmas past, he's reminded of the things that happened in his life that actually formed who he became as an adult. And when we do not heal these things in our childhood, it can actually mark us, change us, and alter the course of our life. So it really indicates how important it is to do our healing from things in our childhood, even though they happened so long ago. The ghost of Christmas present is actually relaying the message of connecting with the people that you love, being fully present, being in joy, and being really content and happy with where your life is at. And so for people that are not in that space, they're living in the past, they're living in the future, and they can't find that happiness and joy. They think it's outside of themselves. Or maybe they think they'll only be happy once they get more money or a better place to live or in a happier relationship. Instead, when you're dealing with the concept and energy of the ghost of Christmas present, it's really important that you don't look beyond what you currently have in order to find your joy and in order for you to connect with those that you love. In fact, that's the easiest way for you to invite more abundance and more love into your life by creating a really happy present moment. There is also wisdom contained in living in the present moment, and that is that we cannot change the past, but we can decide how we want to be right here in this moment with the people that are currently around us. The ghost of Christmas future, or yet to come, was indicating that if Ebenezer Scrooge did not change his life, he would eventually die alone. And of course, in the Christmas Carol, he does change his life and he does mend relationships and learn how to be happy and a more loving, kind human being. And therefore, he allows himself to have a better future where he will not die alone. He will be surrounded by loving family and friends and having created a better, more happy, prosperous life. I so thoroughly love this story, and it is so relatable for every single one of us, and especially as we are nearing Christmas and the entire holiday season. In the story of the Christmas Carol, Ebenezer Scrooge actually sees the error of his ways and decides to be a joyful, kind person and live a better life. And this is really fundamental because as we are going through our own life, it's really easy to be dissatisfied with our work or to blame our family of origin for the way that we ended up, or to get mad at financial situations or relationships that break up, or whatever types of things that we can't control that we think are stealing our happiness. If this story can move you in any way, it is to be really grateful and happy for this moment right here and right now, bringing all of your attention and focus into this moment and into your heart center and into your kindness and appreciation for the people that are around you and for what you currently have. The only way that your results can change from the ghost of Christmas future is to change the energy of your life in the present moment. Dickens had a wonderful way of relating to the common person and showing them that in their own unique individual life, given their unique circumstances, the awareness and possibility for them to be happy, content, loved, present, and the ability to create a better future by letting go of the past, making amends with it, healing it, and moving on for it, and basically leaving it where it is. Although everything you have been through matters, it is the past, and yes, it did create you, but what did it create in you? Are you still succumbing to some of the things that happened to you in your past, or blaming your past for the way things have worked out in your life? If this is you, I would like you to consider what would happen in your own personal story if you were visited by the ghost of Christmas past, present, and future, and what that would look like. And while you're considering that, what types of changes could you potentially make to create a better future? Even though this tale of interacting with the spirit world is all about choices and consequences, we can still move beyond that. We don't have to be punished forever for something that we did in the past. We can heal those situations and mend the things that have happened to us, whether we did it to someone else or somebody else did it to us. Those things can be healed and we can move forward from it. Dickens wrote, "I will honor Christmas in my heart and try to keep it all the year. I will live in the past, the present, and the future." Was good old Saint Nick a real Christmas spirit? The original Saint Nicholas was actually a bishop who inherited a lot of money from his wealthy parents when they passed and had such a generous giving heart that he often gave anonymous gifts to people. He had a reputation for helping the poor and giving secret gifts to people in need. Saint Nicholas is translated as Sinter Klaas in Dutch, and later Sinter Klaas evolved into Santa Claus. So Santa Claus is our Saint Nicholas, a real human, living, breathing saint that walked this earth as a human. So the energy behind Saint Nicholas is actually contained within the real life things that he did to help others. Saint Nicholas embodies the energy of Christmas, and he's still a very powerful saint that you can actually call on for help when you're in need, or if you're feeling that you would like to give generosity to someone else, he could inspire you with some charitable ideas and people to give to. Here are some other things that actually represent the Christmas spirit. Now, most of you know that wintertime has the shortest days with very little light coming from the sun, and in many regions, very cold weather. People tend to gather to socialize, but they do this for several different reasons, and this is why it's so wonderful to get together at the holidays for Christmas. Traditionally, this is when people would be done with the hard work of harvest, and it was time to celebrate. The shorter, colder days really created a desire in people to want to connect with others, to snuggle up and get close, to be more intimate, and to seek comfort and warmth from other people. The evergreen tree symbolizes eternal life and reminds us how to thrive in the coldest months when everything else around us is literally dying. The evergreen tree stays green and is thriving. The evergreen tree actually provides a lot of hope and promise of making it through the winter and arriving healthy at the next spring. So not only does the evergreen tree provide hope, the act of decorating the Christmas tree is symbolic for having hope for the upcoming spring. The Romans actually used the evergreen tree to celebrate the new year, and to them, this was symbolic of having hope for a better new year. Hanging lights upon the evergreen tree or around your home symbolizes light in the darkness, bringing more light and joy and cheer into your life, even though the sun has left us temporarily. So the actual lights that we use at Christmas time are also meant to provide hope and light where there's a need for it. If you feel like you've been lacking in the Christmas spirit, it's a good reminder what our ancestors lived through and why these things were brought into tradition in the first place. We now know how much people are affected by the short, cold days with no sunshine, and adding to it lights and evergreen trees and adding into your life the Christmas spirit through generosity, kindness, and charity, it can really improve the way that you're feeling about yourself, your life, and your overall happiness. So is there a real spirit of Christmas? I think there's many spirits of Christmas. I've actually benefited from other people's generosity, kindness, and charity, especially when I was raising my daughter alone when she was younger. We had some really rough Christmases when I didn't know what I would be able to provide. I remember one year when I didn't even think I would be able to buy a tree for us. My daughter and I decided that if we couldn't have presents that year, that we would be okay. And we would still be in the company of friends, and we would still drink hot chocolate together and sing Christmas carols and enjoy the love and the companionship, the friendships that we had made, and that we would just make the most of it. And we would find a way to be happy anyway. And then a very interesting thing happened. It was almost as if miracles were popping up left and right and all around us. Somebody gave me an extra Christmas tree that they had without even knowing our situation. So we had our Christmas tree. And then I got a call when somebody donated clothes to us that were just exactly my daughter's size that she needed for school that year. Somebody else brought over a couple bags of groceries, and another person gave us a little bit of cash to help with costs of heat and getting gas in my car. Now, these may seem relatively small, but when you have nothing, these were enormous miracles. And I have to tell you that the reason I share these real life experiences is because how important it was that my daughter and I were a part of that, that we did not give up hope, that we did not get angry, that we did not feel like victims. There was just no way that I was gonna let my daughter feel like she was missing something. And I decided, okay, let's just make the best of what we have, and we will be joyful and we will be grateful, and we will allow the Christmas spirit to work within our home and within our lives. I feel it's because of our belief in the Christmas spirit that the Christmas spirit was actually able to reach out and help us. Is the Christmas spirit real? Are there Christmas spirits? You decide. If you enjoyed this video, please give me a like, and don't forget to subscribe down below. I post a new video every single Thursday, and I talk a lot about the afterlife, the spirit world, and about spiritual healing. Happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah. Everyone just have a wonderful winter solstice. Enjoy and celebrate the Christmas spirit in whatever way that touches your heart. And no matter what you call it, let's be clear, the Christmas spirit actually is generosity, kindness, and charity. So go out there, everyone, and be the Christmas spirit for others, and allow the Christmas spirit to reach you. Thanks, everyone. Have a happy holiday. Merry Christmas.